We're live. Welcome, Stu.
Hey, Mr. Pickles.
I just want to let everybody know Stu's bailing his kid out. He's down at the local sheriff's office. He's just waiting in the parking lot. So, no, I'm just
kidding. So, where are you, Stu?
I'm in the parking lot. My wife is getting a medical
procedure
done. So I am just waiting to pick her up.
Well, you're a nice husband. I'm assuming you're in the parking lot because they won't let you inside.
Yes, that's right. You cannot go inside.
I thought they got you off that list. You're still on that list. They won't let you go in anywhere. No fly.
It works nowadays, man. I prefer it this way, though. I don't like going in there anyway.
Yeah, I don't either. They got sick people in there.
Yeah.
So what's going on? What are we talking about today? Oh, wait, I have to do this. I have to do this the right way. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Please remember to like, comment, and share. It really helps us out and allows us to keep bringing you amazing content. Thanks. And we'd love to say good morning to you this morning. So please make a comment, give us a like, give us a whatever, give us a reaction, give us. I with Dean yesterday, I tried to do all nasty faces. I tried to get everybody to do an angry face. But we had some schmo that gave us a heart. Can you believe that?
Oh,
How rude.
The nerve.
So, hey, this is a first. Well, no, it's not the first. It's the first. I didn't know you could use StreamYard on a phone. That's a good thing to know, dude.
You know what? This is pretty remarkable technology. I mean, I just have an iPhone, and you and I are still doing a podcast as scheduled.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I thought it was going to be an issue since you do it through the web browser, but apparently it's not. So that's good.
Yeah. Well,
nice.
you ready for a new topic?
I am ready for a new topic, but Paul says good morning. Bob Polyachik, he says, morning, I'm 10 pull-ups into the day. Good job, Bob.
Nice work.
Rosinda says good morning. Good morning, Carlin. Glad you're here. So we got a bunch of people joining in. So what's our topic for the Jim and Stu show, Stu?
Well, here it is. I think it's time for another wizard walkthrough, Jim. And
okay.
The instant tip wizard has been something, or single juicy tip, focus on content creation. People are looking for ideas for content all the time, especially now, with the big shopping season coming up and people are spending money. You definitely want to be on people's radar. So how are you going to do that without just busting out constant advertising? But
okay,
what kind of wizards do we have? And the one thing that I was reviewing this week in the Jim Edwards method was the it was in this instant tip wizard, and in there you have the list answer, and already plugged into the list, and that alone was a great source of information.
Are you talking about the example projects?
Yep, example projects.
Oh, okay.
And it says the list answer.
List articles. You mean list articles?
Yeah, it was really a good one, and it gives everybody a ton of ideas, and it's pretty much a script for a podcast right now. You just print that thing out and let's go with it.
Well, I just want to point out something cool. This is a first ever. My sister is here, joining us through LinkedIn. She is the president of a big Beltway Bandit company up around where you are. So, hi, sis. Cool. I'm famous. I keep trying to get her to go on the gym boat, but she won't. I guess she still thinks of me as her snot-nosed little brother, doesn't want to show up. So here's the thing. So I'm showing the instant tip wizard single juicy tip. The thing you guys got to remember with any kind of content marketing, it comes down to a 3-part process. And you probably want to write this down. All right. It comes down to ideation, creation, and promotion. So ideation is coming up with the idea. Creation is the actual content itself, which we have tons and tons of wizards for both. And then the promotion inside the Jim Edwards Method Premium, we have checklists and stuff to help you with that. So just as a reminder for everybody. So do you want to actually just load one and show people what it does, or do we want to make one? Do we have time?
I'll tell you, for giggles, just load it and just
Okay.
show what it does, but then read through it because it's a ton of content that you created in this one.
Okay, so I just created the list article one. This is basically a single juicy tip about creating list articles. Is that the one you wanted me to do?
Yep. Check it
Okay.
out.
So basically, this is a learning experience for both the content and for the actual usage of the wizard. So it asks you what's your main topic, who's your target audience, what type of chunk is it, and the cool thing is about the single juicy tip wizard is basically just what it says, a single juicy tip. It's designed to help you come up with 3 to 5 minutes worth of content, or a 200 to 300 word article. It's something that people can, it's like a snack. It's like an info snack that people can grab and go, hey, that's really good. Let me go on with my day. So the cool thing with a lot of these, if you have a title, you can put it in. I'm going to pull it out just to show you. If you don't have a title, it'll generate titles for you. And then it'll ask you a series of questions. What's the big idea? What's it all about? What does it mean to them? Why is it important to them? What should they do? And this is where you're going to fill in a bunch of content. And then what do you want them to do afterwards? Check out, do that kind of stuff. So we click build, and you see here, it's giving me a whole bunch of different choices as far as titles, and I can keep clicking until I find one that I like. So let's see. So anyway, and if you have one that you like, then you can post it, you can put it in there. That was a better one. And then it'll fill it in. So it'll use your title, whatever you want. So it writes out the article for you. Anywhere you see that it is blue, you can click it, and it will use a form of artificial intelligence to rewrite it for you. And then once you get it the way you want it, you can output it as a Word doc. The other cool thing that you can do, and this is typically what I would recommend, output it as a Word document, and you can use it up on your blog as well. But what I would also tell you is that on social media, the world of social media runs on video. So you have this as a, you have this as an article, but you can also output this as a video script, which is pretty cool. And you can output it as a PowerPoint slide. So you could use this as your video script. And we talked before about how to set up a little ghetto teleprompter with this. And if you don't remember, what you can do is position this, and I don't have a way of showing it, but literally I position my camera, and take a picture of this. What I'll do is my camera is right here with the monitor behind the camera, and then I just scroll up and I read what's right here above the camera, and that's how I'm able to have this thing act as a teleprompter. And that's a fast way to take something that's written out word for word, and in a couple tries you can record it and be able to have it sound really, really natural. Another option is when you click on get results here, you can click on the PPTX, and you can output this whole thing as a slide deck, so that you can, if you want, if like my buddy Mike Stewart used to say, if you got a face made for radio, then you can literally just take this and present it as a little mini webinar, little 5-minute webinar with your PowerPoint slides, and you're done. You've got your video. So there's a bunch of different stuff that you can do. One thing I would say is, if you're looking for fast ways to create content during the holidays, especially, the single juicy tip wizard is great. And the listicle wizard in my opinion, is just as great, if not maybe even a teensy bit better, only because it's so versatile, because you can use it in a way that is it's you can make the stuff as long or as short as you want. And so listicles are always popular. And the neat thing is that this is all dynamic. So it works similarly to the single juicy tip wizard, but instead the content that you're creating, instead of doing the big idea and the action items, is you fill in as many steps or resources or tips or secrets or whatever is making up your listicle as you want, and you can add them or remove them however you want and have as many as you like. This one has 4. And then the same thing, you click build, it writes a cool intro for you, it gives you options for different titles, and it'll even write your call to action and stuff. You can output it as a Word doc, you can output it as PowerPoint, and we have other derivations of this too. So this one's kind of done as a bulleted list, this one's done more like a story, and this one's done as what I call the minimalist. So it doesn't have any of the writing assistance in it, it's whatever you want to put into it. So it's just what you put into it, excuse me. So it'll also write your email teaser to announce your listicle out to your list. And then you can also use this verbiage on social media if you want to not post it on social media, but then drive people over to your blog from social media. So it's literally, you could use this as your post on Facebook and then drive people to your blog. So those are a couple of quick options. You know, if you're not a member of the Jim Edwards Method Premium, you should be. You can go to thejimedwardsmethod.com, and there's a link that you can click to join us. And you know, you can do juicy tips on your own, you can do listicles on your own, but this is a way for you to be able to get those done super fast. It's the easy button. That's what all these wizards are. It's yes, you can do them on your own. I wrote articles for newspapers across the country and publications around the world for 10 years with my syndicated newspaper column. Yes, I wrote a real newspaper column. Nice. But so I had all these patterns that people ask, you know, where did that come from? Where did you come up with these things? The funny thing is that we all have patterns that we use that, you know, you can go out and learn them. People will teach you how to write a listicle, how to write a regular article. People go to college for years to learn how to do that. In fact, my lovely sister was the editor of our high school newspaper. So there's patterns for writing articles and creating content. The thing is, though, you've got the pattern up here and you're applying you're matching it up inside your brain. What I do is I take that pattern out, I put it into the software. So all you have to do is pull out the essential parts, type them in, and whack the button on the form, and it puts everything together and it reduces the think time. So that's what we do there. So was that what you were looking for, Stu? Was that the type of wizard demo you were hoping for?
That was perfect. However, I have some little bit to add there. And if you read that list sample that you did on the single tip or single juicy tip.
Single juicy tip?
Yep. If you read it, you will see an answer to a question that was posed in the Facebook group just about, hey, I'm looking for content ideas and ways to get content. And I was like, okay, let's come up with some ideas on ways to get content. I just happened to click this one and I said, here's all your answers right here. It's already done. So you can actually do some good research, you know, when you're in here and find things that are already done for you, not to the point where you're going to pull it all off yourself, but it just gives you so many great ideas on how to move forward with whatever you're trying to create.
And what you can do is load it, and then even with something filled in, you're like, okay, this isn't what I'm doing, but this is what I'm doing. I do that all the time. I'll load an example, even one that has nothing to do with what I'm doing,
Yep.
But the fact that I can see kind of the type of answer, the length of answer, and I could say, okay, well, I would say this here, I would say this there, and that'll speed up the process as well. Like speed up the process for me by 75%.
Oh,
I
easy,
load
easy.
an
Especially
example in there.
if you take a look at the output as well, you can say,
Mhm.
"Oh no, that's not what I'm looking for," and then go to a different wizard. Ah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I need.
Right.
Check
And
out
I'll
the
just
outputs for some of these, and it saves you a lot of time.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I like this
Cool.
one. I thought this was a great one. And like I said, if you just read through that, you'll get plenty of ideas for how to create content, or just different ways to create content. Not that there's anything groundbreaking in there. It's just a refresher, just a refresher idea of like, oh yeah, I should do that. I should do that every day.
All my stuff is magical, Stu. It's all groundbreaking. All right. So, okay, is that it for the Jim and Stu show?
Unless there's some comments and questions you want to address.
Does anybody have any comments or questions about what we just showed? Has anybody used that? Those of you who are members of the Jim Edwards Method Premium, which I know many of you are, have you all used that wizard, or have you used another wizard lately to create some content that you would want to share about with everybody in the comments? Or has this inspired you to be like, wow, yeah, I forgot that I had access to that? You know, I had a conversation with a really cool guy who I will give credit to. This guy. His name's Stuart Andrew Alexander. Really sharp guy. He was the one that gave me the idea for the Jim Edwards Method Premium. I'd had the Net Reporter as my membership site. We'd taken a break for, we'd done it for 10 years. I was a little over it. And I was on the Jim boat, and we went to the Cayman Islands, and Bob says, haven't used either yet. Need to get to it. Yes, you do, Bob. It'll change your life. And Bob's commenting from YouTube, which is cool. It's neat to see people coming in from YouTube. But good morning. So my sister says, love the video script tip. We'll be using that. Awesome. So, and Carlin says, I'm gonna be using it today for the coal-fired power plant today, and why I'm thankful for it. Nice. Jorge says, inspiring. Yes, big time, but just getting started. Not used it yet. You should. Excellent. Ruben said, not that one, but it's great to try it out. Yes, please do. Jeremy says, not a member, but got me looking. I suck at copywriting. The AI is impressive. Cool. Well, Jeremy, you should join us because we have a lot of fun and learn a lot of cool stuff. So I totally
you know
lost
something I do, Jim? I try to learn a new wizard every week. So I just play around with a new wizard every week. Now I have some favorites that I like, but I also, just try to say, just test it out, read a couple of examples, and just play around with it and see what it does for me as far as stroke ideas, and then boom, onto it.
My favorite wizard is the last one I created.
There you go. There is like a wizard high you get when it's all done.
Oh, and when you click that button and it's magically done, it's addictive. It's really, really addictive. So that's
especially when you write articles, especially like I do for a living, sometimes it's hard to do. And the fact that there is an easy button for that, and at least if you don't have the whole article done, or you can at least have something on paper that just helps you, then you just fill in the blanks, works really well for definitely that. And the suggestive ways it puts in sales copy is something that I have been neglecting for years.
You mean, Stu, that you're not creative all the time?
I'm not.
You don't have ideas all the time?
No.
All right. So Bill says, late joining. Are you talking about funnel scripts? No, right now we're talking about the Jim Edwards Method Premium. So funnel scripts is pretty much all sales copy related, and the Jim Edwards Method Premium is content marketing stuff. So I try and keep those. There's some overlap, the original 19 scripts inside of funnel scripts. A lot of those were white labeled from the original Jim Edwards Method Premium, but they've really gone in divergent directions now. Got like 70 scripts inside of funnel scripts and 70 scripts inside of the Jim Edwards Method Premium, and there's like a 10% overlap. So let's talk real quick about ideas, coming up with ideas, because that's a big thing. You like I said, there's 3 parts of the process. That's why I'm holding up 5 fingers. There's 3 parts to the process. There's ideation, creation, and promotion. Stu and I did some really, really good training inside of DIY Media Marketing Academy with some checklists of daily marketing checklists and things that you can dig into. They're in there to help you with promoting your content. But this one right here, the Article Idea Starter Express Wizard, we actually have 6 different ideas to help you come up with ideas, or 6 different wizards to help you come up with ideas for content. This one is pretty cool, and I recently revamped it. So somebody give us an example of who a target audience and a topic in the comments out there. And we'll see if we can come up with a couple of cool ideas. Again, all you need is one good idea. So rather than me always doing my usual ones of either unicorn related, which I have a lot of fun with, or that kind of stuff. Somebody give us a target audience and a topic, and we'll come up with some ideas. And we'll give that another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we are going to make up our own. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's good. Target audience is corporate employee and project management. I like that. I don't know if I spelled management right. Oh, that's a good one too. Okay, so this one just gives you a whole bunch of different things. So 11 great project management tips for corporate employees, and the numbers they're just in there. You could be 3, it could be 2. When I put X in there, then people are like, what does X mean? I'm just put in the number. What are 3 advanced project management tips corporate employees should know now? So if we clear the clip bin, this is pretty cool. So I like to go shopping for ideas. So 11 great, project management tips for employees, that's okay. Insider tips, that's okay. Advanced tips people need to know. There you go. What are 5 things they can use immediately? What's your number 1 time-saving tip for project management? That's good. What are X questions every corporate employee should ask about project management? And the cool thing is that with these, you can 5 mistakes corporate make. Okay, that's good. So I've already got 5 ideas here, 5 really cool ideas. I can download them and I can literally print them off. So now I've got these ideas, and these actually could be headlines too, truth be told. Then what I would do would be to come over to the listicle wizard, and that's where I would, any of those ideas right, those were made for a listicle. All right, I love a good listicle. So here's another one, and Beth gave a good suggestion, and we're going to use a different one of the, so that was the article idea starter one. Let's look at the content idea machine wizard, and this one's actually avatar enabled. I'm working the new year to get them all, as many of these avatar enabled as we can. So if we click on the content idea machine wizard, this one throws it out a little bit differently. It asks the same stuff, but my area of focus is work from home. And who would our target audience be? Who do you think our target audience would be for that? Just office workers, corporate people, employees, or just employees?
IT professionals?
No.
I
think that might be it could be IT professionals,
teachers?
But I think it's just
teachers.
Well, it could be teachers. It could be. Let's do corporate. We'll do corporate employees again, because that's a lot. A lot of people fall into that group, but they still identify that way. So if we click build, Now this one's kind of cooler because it turns it into almost like an assignment. And so, targeting corporate employees, answer the question, which task should we outsource when it comes to work from home? And then it gives you ideas about different stuff you could do. So create an online product demo and post it to your blog. And then this is an homage to Stu, because Stu, no matter what Stu does, I think when he goes to mow his grass, he turns on his stopwatch and says, okay, how fast can I get this done? So I like to give myself a time limit or something to do with time. So this is just to be fun. Targeting corporate employees, answer the question, which tasks should we outsource when it comes to work from home? Create an online product demo video and then post it to your blog and get it all done before you take a break to refill your coffee. Now that turns it into a fun thing to do. Or you can just keep clicking it and say, okay, without checking email once, or in less than 36 minutes, less than 34 minutes, less than 16 minutes. So, and then you can keep, what's your day-to-day life reality like when it comes to work from home or working from home? And then create a process. Oh, that could be fun. I can envision this right now. Okay. And put a link to it with a picture on Instagram. I wake up. I could get I wake up and I'd go to Pixabay and get all kinds of funny pictures and cartoons. Here's what my day working at home looks like. I wake up and you have like a zombie, and then I make coffee and it's a witch brewing stuff up. I make it in front of my computer, and then all the different things that happen to try and destroy the day and all that stuff. It gave me a cool idea. Some of you might be saying, wow, that's really dorky, Jim. And I'd say, okay. So the cool thing is where it says copy, you can copy it and then you can paste it over into your text editor or over into your word processor. And then you got your little assignment. And the cool thing is that when you've got a little assignment like this, as far as creating content, and you say, okay, let me go grab one of the wizards and I'll bust one out. So there you go. That's my contribution. It's fun. It's, anyway, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope that gave people some cool ideas. And as always, remember to save your projects. Which is cool. So, uh-oh. We lost Stu. He's in the parking lot of the medical center waiting for his wife to get done, and he disappeared. Perhaps he will come back. So while we're waiting to see if Stu can rejoin us, I hope his battery didn't die. So is this anything that's getting anybody excited and thinking, wow, you know what? I could actually do this. I can actually use these tools. Yay, Stu's back. Yay, Stu.
We're back.
Maybe you bailed on me. Did you bail on me? Can you hear me?
Hang on 1 second.
Woo! They almost got me, Stu. I don't know what he's doing. He's muted himself. You have muted yourself. Woo!
Can you hear me?
Back? I hear you.
Back? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yay, we can hear you too. Don't let technology screw up your internet business, Stu.
No, I got a phone call from the nurse. So
is she okay, or is she ready to go? You got to go.
She's good to go. She's in recovery, so got another 30 minutes. So perfect time to do a podcast. Let's squeeze in a podcast. That's perfect timing. Did you tell her? Great, I'll be in when my podcast is over, because I know D Nice would be really excited to hear that you waited an extra minute to not get her
in 25-degree weather because you were doing a podcast with that weird Jim character.
Well, here's the deal. I can't go in. I'm parked right by the door. So as soon as she comes out, she comes right into that car.
I got to go.
All squared away.
There you go. Okay. So we're going to do our podcast now. I don't know what the topic is, but you know me, I always have something to say about anything.
I made notes.
Oh, sweet. Nice. I wish I had those.
Podcast 99. I sent it to you.
When? I didn't see it. You just told me. Okay.
I got an email. Can you see it?
Do you have a receipt?
Jim and Stu Show, podcast 99. Has your email address on it.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm paying attention. Got my workout in. Don't punish me for that. All right. So here we go. Ready?
Ready.
We're going to do this. I want to do this right. Okay. We're going to start the podcast with a polka instead of ending with a polka this week. We're going to start with the polka. Gets everybody in the mood. Everybody loves a polka on a December day, right? Right. Hey everybody, Jim Edwards here, and welcome back to the Sales, Copywriting, Content Marketing Hacks podcast. I'm your host, along with my trusty host, co-host, and podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Hello, Jim.
And today we're feeling fine with episode 99. This is our 99th episode, which is pretty freaking cool.
Yes, I would say.
And it shows that we, if nothing else, are stubborn. So
we're making it happen, even when I'm sitting in a parking lot.
That's right.
Waiting on my wife.
That's right. So what are we talking about today, Stu?
All right. Well, it kind of segues into the previous live show we just did. So those that are listening will be able to flow right into this one.
Excuse me.
How to make content that hooks and sells.
Oh, well, that's easy, Stu. We're going to be done with this in a good 29 minutes.
Okay.
So how do you make content that does what?
Hooks and sells.
Okay. So those are actually two different things.
Yes.
And so the first thing you got to do with your content, even if it's the best content in the world, if nobody sees it, reads it, or listens to it, it doesn't do you any good. So you've got to have a really, really, really good hook. Now, what is a hook? A hook, typically when we're talking about content, is the headline or the title of your content piece. It's literally the title of your blog post. It's the first words that come out of your mouth when you do a video. It is the title of your article. It is what you put as the first, the title of your video. It's the very first thing that somebody sees or reads to let them know if this is something that they're interested in or this is something that pertains to them, and if it's something that they need to pay attention to right now. Now, it's funny, I don't remember which book it was, but Seth Godin, I have a complicated relationship with Seth Godin, the author, because some of his stuff is amazing and other of it's like, hey, Seth Godin, Captain Obvious. But he's a smart dude and he's a great self-promoter. I think the book was Purple Cow. It was the Purple Cow book. And he talks about, and this was actually pretty eye-opening, said people are like cows. And so they got their heads down and then something happens. And they pull their head up and they ask a series of questions, consciously or subconsciously, but they ask them really, really fast. So the first question is does this pertain to me? And if the answer is no, they put their head back down. If the answer is yes, then the next question is, can it kill me? Is it important? Can it kill me or cause me harm? Or is it something that has to do with something super, super critical in my life? If the answer is no, boom, head back down, chewing on the grass. If the answer is yes, then they'll pay attention. That's literally what the criteria is. Does it apply to me? And is it something I need to pay attention to right now because it's going to kill me, it's going to make me rich, it's going to help me to be successful with the opposite sex, whatever it is. It's that basic lizard brain stuff. So what you got to do is you got to hook people in a way that's not catchy that's not cute or funny or gimmicky, but in a way that's going to make them go, holy crap, I got to pay attention to this. I need to go to the next step. Now, that's the whole purpose of the hook for any content. That's it. That's its job. Once it's done its job, which is to stop people in their tracks, pre-frame them for what's coming next. That's it. That's the whole job. All right. You're done with that. It's not to sell people. It's not to really even start. And when we're talking about content, it's not to start educating them. It's not to do anything other than to hook them and pre-frame them for what's coming next. So good example. Stu, you recently did a post where the hook was something about an African proverb and becoming a Navy SEAL or something. Do you remember what that hook was?
Yeah, it was how an African proverb will help you pass selection and never think about quitting.
Okay.
Or something like that. But a better one was Gary Halbert's headline wizard that I used, and it was, have you ever seen a Spec Ops candidate cry?
Okay, there you go.
That was a good one.
That one came from the
stopped
Gary
me in my
Halbert
tracks.
wizard. Yeah.
I was like, woo.
Yeah, that was a good one. Now, why? Because it's emotional, it's very targeted. Obviously, you're only going to share and show that hook to people who are in your target audience. But it's an emotionally driven hook. I mean, it's just going to grab people's attention. So how do you create an emotionally driven hook? Well, the same way, one of the big keys is to include the name of the person that you're talking to. Now, not necessarily their physical name, though I've seen people do that with articles and content and stuff, with mail merge and other things that you can do with dynamic web pages, but their name based on who they are. So in this case, a Spec Ops candidate. It's a very, very specific group of people that are trying to become, a Air Force parajumper, a Navy SEAL, a Green Beret, MARSOC, not really MARSOC though. Those guys have already been in the Marines for 3 or 4 years already.
Yeah,
So,
but they're still candidates.
do you ever get those guys?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't know that you would get those guys too. Okay, cool. So, but it's a very specific group of people that when they're a candidate, that's their whole life. Their whole life is tied up in getting a shot at becoming an elite warrior. So to see that title, have you ever seen a Spec Ops candidate cry, is going to get all of their attention. I never really heard from you. What were the results of that article?
Oh, that was an insane one, especially on social media, because it got shared a couple hundred times. Probably had close to 1,000 clicks in a 24-hour period, just on my Instagram, right?
Just on Instagram.
And then my article, and it's still popular. In fact, if you Google Spec Ops candidate cry, you'll see it. It's a good one. It's a good article, and I just try to discuss some of the reasons why that happens, and underprepared. And
I just found it.
Yeah.
So I just found the article. So yeah. Okay. Very cool. And I'm assuming you made sales from that too.
Yes.
Okay. So that was the second part of your question so the first part of your question was, how do you put a hook? How do you hook people with your content? And that's how you do it. It's emotional. It calls out to them. It also oftentimes will contain something that they want or something that they want to avoid. So how to blank without blank, how to get an X-ray contract without, I don't know, what would be the rest of that? How to get an X-ray contract without what?
Without failing anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Failing.
How to get a Spec Ops how to get an X-ray contract on the first try.
Yeah, there you go.
how to cut to the front of the line to grab an X-ray contract. How to cut to the front of the line to grab a spot at Bud's. What do you think? You think that would be a good one?
Yeah, I like that one. I've been playing around with one now. You know how you talk about the emotions? You know,
Yeah.
obviously crying is an emotion. Now I'm thinking about one, how to laugh in the face of failure, or how to laugh in the face of pain, and whatever. I'm
How
trying
to
to
laugh
figure
in the
out.
face of the quit monster
Yeah, quit demon.
or the quit demon, something like that. But the thing is, you call out to them, you call out to what they want, you call out to what they're afraid of, you call out to what they want to avoid, you call out to a problem they know that they have and they really want to solve. They call you call out to the things that they're concerned about, which are usually problems, questions, roadblocks, and results that they want. PQR2, which, by the way, is taught at length inside of Copywriting Secrets. You can get a copy of Copywriting Secrets for free at copywritingsecrets.com. The real physical book, not some lame ass PDF, but you can actually get a real copy of the book. Just pay a small shipping and handling. The reason I just don't give it to you for free is because I know if you pay $8.95 shipping and handling, you're serious about learning something that can change your life. How'd you like that for some canned talk that sounded right off the cuff, didn't it, Stu?
That was good.
So the next thing is the actual content, because before you can sell in your content, you got to actually provide great content. And what makes great content is something that helps somebody learn something. It gives them, it basically, it entertains, it empowers, and it educates all at the same time. It doesn't have to be 10,000 words. You can educate, empower, and entertain with a meme. You can do it with a 2-minute video. The key, though, is that you give them an excellent, awesome piece of content. You give them a great bite that makes them want more. I like to think about it. Do you like burritos, Stu? Do you like taquitos? Those. Okay, you don't like taquitos? Okay, so you ever been to Sam's Club?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever been walking through the massive food aisle and there's some little lady there in a hairnet who's giving away little pieces of burrito, and you're kind of hungry, and you take a little bite of that burrito and you're like, dang, that's pretty good. And she looks at you and says, hey, big, strong man, we have 84 frozen burrito value packs available right here in this freezer for $12.95, and you can get 84 of them right here. And you say, wow, that was great. You had the little bite and now you want more. So you pick it up and you're like, man, it's $12. We already got $5,000 worth of crap in the 2 carts that we're pushing piled up to here. I'll get that too. And then 6 months later, that pack of burritos, you have to throw it away because you ate one and the rest of them are freezer burned. And it's this giant thing that your wife's yelling at you that you're taking up space in the freezer. So that's what you need to do, not tongue in cheek. But what you do with the content is you give them a great big juicy bite. Then the way you sell is to look at them and say, by the way, if you liked this, you'll love this. If you liked this tip I gave you on how to create amazing headlines, you will love my book, Copywriting Secrets. By the way, you can get a free copy of it at copywritingsecrets.com. Just pay a small shipping and handling. It gives you the benefit of 20 years of my experience selling tens of millions of dollars of products online and offline. In fact, it's been called a modern day classic. Click here to get your free copy. So it's like, holy crap, the dude gave me a cool tip, and now he's got something that makes perfect sense for me to get. Sure, I'll click and check that out. I just summarized for you the last 20 odd years of my marketing with articles and videos and everything else. That's all you got to do. You got to hook them, give them a great snack, give them a great bite, and then offer the next logical thing. Invite them to the next step. And some people will take it and some people won't. But that's how you can pitch people every single day.
Absolutely.
Nobody is going to get pissed off. Nobody's going to get upset. Nobody's going to get mad. They're going to thank you for it. And it's that little ping. Hey, don't forget I got this book. Hey, don't forget I got these videos. Hey, don't forget I got this webinar coming up. Hey, don't forget. And they're like, okay, yeah, cool. Hey, thanks for the reminder. And then eventually they go, hey, you know what? I'm ready to join the Jim Edwards Method Premium. I'm ready to get funnel scripts. I'm ready to join Stu's PT club. It just makes sense. It clicks. And you don't know what's going to make it click for everybody. But if you use that pattern, hook them, help them. Oh, whoa.
Oh, I like it. I see what you're doing.
Hook them, help them. What would be an H that we could use for the last part? Hook them, help them, and hand them the next step. Hook them, help them, hand out. Oh, hand up. Hook them, help them, hand out, hand up. It's not quite there, but it's good.
You're almost there.
I'm almost there. Hook them, help them. And what's the last part, guys? Help me out. Those of you that are here live, what would be the last, what would be the thing? Because what I'm trying to say is just what Stu said, hook them, give them content,
sell them.
And sell them. How could we, hook them, help them, and ooh, this is cool. Handle them. Okay, Bob just said this. That's how you got me, Jim. I bought your book and recently joined the Jim Edwards Method Premium. Dude, thank you, Bob. We're glad you're here.
Hey, here's another tip for you.
Yeah.
If you're looking for content that does this, I suggest the Hidden Persuasion Wizard. One of my favorites.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
One of my favorites to do everything that you're saying. And then you throw in a Gary Halbert headline, bam, you're tearing it up.
Yeah, that's actually really good. That could be like a landing page in an hour type thing to move people on to the next thing, is using using the Gary Halbert headlines. That's like some strong, that's some crazy psychology going on there.
I love it.
Halbert headlines combined with the Hidden Persuasion Wizard and some of the other stuff. Be good. I got to get that. I'm going to be obsessed with this third H thing though. The hook 'em, help, because that's a really cool take on an old idea. But for the content, it's hook 'em, help 'em.
And basically you're trying to come up with a synonym for sell, right?
Well, no. I'm not trying to come up with a synonym. I like cinnamon too. I'm not trying to come up with that, but I'm trying to come up with an idea for, it's not really selling them, it's moving them on to the next step. You're not selling at this point. You're moving, you're giving a call to action. You're moving them to the next step in the process. It's not sales. These are cool. So Beth said handle, Bob said harass. Other people do, Bob. Bill says coach him. Steve said close him. Carl says stealth him. Bob says hold him. Herd him. Oh,
herd. I like it.
Him.
Herd him. Yes.
Help him. Herd him. Oh my God, that's good. Hook him, help him, herd him. Herd him on to the next step. That's cool. Do you need to go, dude?
In about a minute.
Is she out?
She's out. Okay. She's coming this way.
So we're going to wrap this up, guys. Stu's got to go because he's got to pick his wife up, and I don't want to hear her yelling at him. So we appreciate you all. If you need some help with your fitness, head on over to StuSmithFitness.com. If you want to join our group, head on over to the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks group on Facebook and pick up a copy of my book at copywritingsecrets.com. I'm Jim Edwards, and we will see you next time for episode 100.
Yes, 100. I will see you later.
Bye-bye, everybody.